While he was earlier the finance minister of this country, he has in several forums acknowledged the good work done by the regional rural banks. And he introduced the meeting of the RRB chairman at the central level in New Delhi, and which was used to be presided by the finance minister. And there also he has lot of issues he have discussed, a lot of issues has sorted out, and lot of progress has taken place. Because after the 95 onwards, the RRBs have never looked back. Some of the RRBs which might be earning losses or profits or problems here and there are so many reasons for this. It cannot be attributed to the workforce of the RRBs, because certain areas in the northeast, certain areas in the eastern India, there are some inherent constraints, infrastructural problems. Therefore, the RRBs could not function properly. If we compare the performance of the RRBs, out of the 82 RRBs as of today, barring 4 RRBs, all earning profit. And after these 4 RRBs, 3 RRBs are in the northeast, and 1 RRB in the state of West Bengal. And they have earned losses because of so many reasons. But you cannot single out that these RRBs, people who are functioning in the RRBs, who are working in the RRBs, who are employed by the bank, are not giving their services. There are so many reasons that have to be analyzed. Discrimination cannot be on the level of profitability, loss, or other performance business parameters. If the level playing field which Mr. Chidambaram used to say, if that is provided, I am quite confident that all the regional rural banks will perform better than so many other peer banks in this country. Because we have so many constraints. Recently only the RRBs have been put to CBS. Just a matter of 6 months and 1 year, all the RRBs of the country put to CBS, barring one RRB in the state of Uttar Pradesh, which is sponsored by UP State Cooperative Bank. Out of 82 banks, 81 RRBs are on CBS platform. That CBS platform also suffer from lot of teething problems. It is yet to be consolidated. In the meantime, the system generated NPA concept has also been introduced in the RRBs. Now, even after all these things, your bank is recording a recovery percentage of 96%. I am really proud of all of you that your officers are doing such a tremendous job. Because most of our advanced portfolio are small ticket loans. We do not have any corporate finance. We do not have any corporate finance branch, where in one single branch hundreds of crores of business can be generated. All our business are small ticket loans given to the people, to the SHG groups or certain other farmers against pledge of gold, or some other loans where the volume is less. If you analyze, the number of accounts of RRBs are much more than the quantum of business, even deposit or advance. But this is the basic concept of RRB, that we need to cover more number of people. We have to bring the people to the bank. Bankers going to the people to open accounts and all those things, this we are doing in the RRBs for quite a number of years of time. So all these things, what the government is doing today, financial inclusion, the first financial inclusion project was done by the RRBs only. Because the government said the RRBs are established for a purpose of serving to the rural poor, purpose of extending finance to the needy who do not have collaterals, who do not have any recourse to other banks, who cannot dare to visit some of the big banks. These people is our customers. So whatever we are doing against a lot of odds. But that is not quite understood by the government. Because we have found in the last HR policies being devised after this Thorat committee report, categorization norms in the RRBs were made. Some of the sponsor banks were not following that high categorization norms. But in RRBs we have proved that with that particular constraints also we have showed results. The Thorat committee recommendations is only a matter of couple of years of time this has been implemented, and according to this Thorat committee recommendations, there are a lot of shortages of manpower all over the country in RRBs. The government of India is coming up with different dictates. In every day there is some instructions being emanating from the Ministry, Department of Financial Services, that these things has to be done, that thing has to be done. Government has come up with a guidelines that you cannot recruit people unless your per employee profitability is 5 lakhs, then only you will be allowed to recruit 1/40th of your manpower. So these are different stumbling blocks are put before the RRBs, because without staff you cannot function. Ministry and the department says that before opening of a branch manager has to be posted 6 months before the opening of the branch. On the one hand they are saying like this, on the other hand they are putting constraints on recruitment, how to go out at that. Now this Mr. Nadaf has already talked about this ultra small branch concept has also come in the RRBs. BCs have already been appointed. Ultra small branch has to be opened, which is outsourcing of banking job, and the people who will be served by these ultra small branches who will pay commission to these people. What is the necessity of all these things? And they have given another instruction that whenever you open a new branch, this branch has to earn profit within 12 months time.
Wishing our conference, one particular telegram from T.R. Kallabran, Tirunelveli, our first chairman of Pandian Gram Bank. We must thank him for having sent this telegram to us. One more telegram from staff IOB OA Chennai. Read, wishing the function every success. Comrades, it is very clear that IOB OA is always with us. We thank you very much for sending this telegram, sir. Comrades, more comrades in AGS cadre of IOB OA attending our conference. To honor them, I have to call Mr. Nambirajan, AGS, Tirunelveli, first sir. Please, Mr. Karthikeyan, come upon the stage and honor him. Next comrade, Parvesi, AGS, Tuticorin. Comrade Marimuthi, AGS, Madurai, please. Comrade Ram Sudhakar, AGS of Tindikal. Comrade Chandrasekhar. Comrade Sindhi, State Bank of India Regional Secretary, Madurai.
அதற்கப்புறம் அது மேக்ஸாக மாறிச்சு. இப்போ அது ஹிஸ்ட்ரியாகவே மாறிச்சு. என்பிஏ இல்லாத பேங்கே இல்லை. ஐஓபியை பொறுத்த மட்டில் இந்த என்பிஏ கான்செப்டை எப்படி குறைப்பது என்பதில் சிந்தனை செல்வமாக செயல்பட்டு கொண்டிருப்பவர்கள் நம்முடைய ஜேடி சர்மா என்று சொன்னால் அது மிகையல்ல. அவர்களுடைய ஒவ்வொரு கருத்துக்களும் அந்த பரிமாணத்திற்குள் சென்று ஜிடிபியை வைத்துக்கொண்டு ப்ரொவிஷன் நாம்ஸை செய்து கொள்வது வங்கிகளுடைய வளர்ச்சி நாளுக்கு நாள் தடைபடுகிறது என்ற கருத்தை வலியுறுத்தி செய்யக்கூடிய ஒரு சிந்தனை செல்வம் நம்முடைய ஜேடி சர்மா அவர்களை இந்த மேடைக்கு அழைத்து உங்களுடைய சிறப்பான செய்திகளை உங்களுக்கு சொல்வதற்காக அழைப்பதற்கு முன் அவர்களை வாழ்த்துவதற்கும் அவர்கள் நம்முடைய இயக்கத்தின் சார்பிலே அவர்களுக்கு பொன்னாடை பொருத்துவதற்கும் தூத்துக்குடி சீனியர் மேனேஜர் மிஸ்டர் காந்தி அவர்களையும் ராஜபாளையம் மிஸ்டர் வெங்கட்ராமன் அவர்களையும் உங்கள் சார்பாக மேடைக்கு வருமாறு அழைக்கின்றேன். நம்முடைய அன்பு சிந்தனை செல்வத்தை நம்முடைய இயக்கத்தின் சார்பிலே வாழ்த்துங்கள்.
The distinguished leaders from management and trade unions sitting on the dais, my dear comrades, good afternoon to all of you. You just heard the leader of RRB officers movement, Comrade Bhattacharya, who was at his inspirational best. And it's difficult to succeed such a speaker. But still, while endorsing all his views, I would like to share some of my views with you, comrades. In management, we were taught about credit management. 3 C's are important. That is capital, creditworthiness, and competency. What do we do in trade union movement? Can we have a parallel to these 3 C's? Parallel to these 3 C's will not be adequate for us, comrades, because our role is multidimensional. And to reduce it to at least 2 dimensions, one is how to deal with management, and number 2, how to run the organization. So we need not 3 C's, but we need 6 C's. 3 for dealing with management and 3 for managing the organization, the association. So I would like to share with you, comrades, when we deal with management, the 3 C's for us should be congeniality, conciliatory, and if these 2 don't work, confrontation. That is the last priority. We should first try to create congeniality between management and association. It works wonders. Whether they are in trade union or in management, people are human beings. And if some comfort level could be created, certainly the demands can be clinched. And for creating comfort level, we don't have to spend money, only we have to be very objective, very selfless in our dealings with management. We should have conviction for the cause which we have taken up for officers, and we can convince them about the cause and clinch the issue. If congeniality alone doesn't work, we should have conciliatory approach. It may not be possible always to have 100% demands clinched, settled. So we adopt the give and take in the process for the time being and create some residual issues to be carried on in days to come. If that also is not working, there is certainly the weapon with trade unions, the agitation, the strike, but that should be used very sparingly as a very last resort, because ultimately the bank belongs to us. We have long-term interest in the bank, and every agitation, every strike does dent the customers. So it's very delicate position for us to manage the organization's affairs with management. Second